The internet thought Chrissy Lampkin's last response was the end of the story. Fans were convinced she had delivered the final blow to Jim Jones after 20 years of heartbreak, betrayal, and public spectacle. But just when the dust seemed to settle, Jim has returned with a vengeance. And this time he isn't holding back. Sources say Jim went into hiding after Chrissy's explosive video. But what we're hearing now is darker, messier, and far more dangerous than anyone could have predicted. Leaked audios, alleged text messages, whispers from insiders paint a picture of a man cornered, a man ready to torch everything around him to reclaim his name. And the most shocking twist? Mama Jones herself has jumped into the firestorm. That's right. The woman who's never been shy about speaking her mind is reportedly stepping up, choosing sides, and dragging hidden skeletons out of the family closet. What began as Chrissy's heartbreaking declaration of freedom has spiraled into a generational feud. Jim's fury, Chrissy's calm defiance, and Mama Jones's thunderous entrance have turned this into more than a breakup. This is a war one waged across Instagram Lives, leaked phone calls, and late-night group chats that have already spilled into public view. Fans are losing their minds. Celebrities are picking sides. And trust me, the receipts being teased will shake not just this family, but the entire hip-hop world. The question is, who survives the fallout? The story ignited the second Jim Jones opened his mouth on Instagram Live. He didn't ease into it. He didn't set the stage. He came in swinging. Chrissy'd been playing victim for too long, he growled, his voice sharp with rage. Cigarette smoke curling in the frame as thousands of fans flooded the comments. Within minutes, hashtags like #JimVesChrissy and #MamaJonesSpeaks were already trending. Fans braced themselves. But what came next sent shockwaves through every corner of social media. Leaked within an hour of the live, an alleged recording of Jim screaming at a close friend revealed he felt ambushed by Chrissy's so-called freedom speech. In the clip, he calls her a manipulator who staged her response for clout. Fans argued endlessly. Was it genuine or a doctored clip? But one thing was certain. Jim was done playing the silent victim as the live continued. He pulled out his phone, waving it in front of the camera. "I got receipts too," he spat. The comment section erupted. And then he played a voicemail. Chrissy's voice, faint but recognizable, whispering, "You know, I stayed quiet about what you did in Miami. Don't push me, Jimmy." The internet lost its mind. Miami? What happened in Miami? Within minutes, fan pages were dissecting the voicemail, slowing it down, cleaning up the audio, and speculating wildly. Did Chrissy know about another woman? Was she hinting at financial secrets? Theories flooded Twitter. Chrissy covered up tax fraud for Jim. Was Jim cheating in Miami? The chaos was unstoppable. Just when fans thought Jim's fury had reached its peak, he dropped another bombshell. Pulling up text messages, he claimed they came straight from Chrissy's phone. The screenshots appeared to show her texting a man named M late at night. "You were the only one who held me down when Jim couldn't." Jim leaned back, smirking at the camera. "Tell me I'm lying." The crowd of commenters exploded. Half screamed fake, while others swore the timestamps were too precise to be fabricated by sunrise. Gossip blogs had plastered the screenshots everywhere, dissecting every word, every timestamp. Even the battery percentage at the top of the screen to prove authenticity. And that's when Mama Jones stormed into the narrative. She didn't wait to issue a statement through a blog. She went live herself, fiery as ever in a robe with her hair wrapped, shouting directly at the camera. "Don't nobody disrespect my son. Chrissy been using him for 20 years, and I'm not gonna sit quiet no more." Her voice shook the internet. Fans who had begged Mama Jones to stay out of it suddenly realized she had no intention of backing down. She promised she would set the record straight and hinted at secrets. Chrissy never wanted the world to know, but Mama Jones didn't stop there. Hours later, an alleged insider leaked a group chat where Mama Jones and two unidentified numbers were going back and forth about Chrissy. One message allegedly from Mama. Read, I told Jim years ago she only in this for herself. Another message hinted at financial betrayal. She took that money and never paid it back. Screenshots spread like wildfire. If real, they suggested Chrissy had been hiding money meant for family projects. The betrayal narrative grew bigger when an anonymous email dropped into several gossip sites' inboxes. The sender claimed to be a former VH1 producer and alleged that Chrissy's freedom speech was heavily rehearsed. With multiple takes filmed, and Jim had no idea it was going to air. According to the email, Chrissy had intentionally blindsided Jim to maximize public sympathy. While producers leaned into the chaos for ratings, meanwhile, celebrities started chiming in. Erica Mena tweeted, "Never bite the hand that fed you. Some PPL forget who put them on." Tamar Braxton posted a cryptic IG story. "Some women stay silent for years. Doesn't mean they didn't suffer." Split fans straight down the middle. Half rallied around Chrissy as a long-suffering woman finally freeing herself. The other half accused her of playing dirty to destroy Jim's image. Jim, emboldened by the frenzy, went live again the following night. This time, he was more emotional. His voice cracked as he said, "I gave that woman 20 years of my life, and now she got the whole world looking at me like I'm a monster." Then, in a chilling twist, he accused her of betrayal so deep it made jaws drop across the internet. "She ain't tell y'all about the contract she signed behind my back? A deal with VH1 for her own spinoff. Y'all don't know who the real snake is," fans scrambled to verify. Within hours, a blurry screenshot of what looked like a VH1 proposal letter surfaced online. The document, allegedly signed by Chrissy, outlined a project tentatively titled Chrissy's New Chapter. If real, it proved Jim's point. Chrissy was planning her escape and her empire long before she ever dropped her viral response. Social media boiled over. Chrissy was setting Jim up the whole time. No wonder Mama Jones is raging. But if Jim cheated in Miami, she had every right. Hashtags multiplied. Hashtag Chris's spinoff trended side by side with hashtag Jim is lying. And then came the first real emotional breakdown. A fan account leaked unseen footage from the reunion taping Chrissy backstage. Breaking down in tears, sobbing to a producer, "I can't do this anymore. He'll never change. He'll never stop humiliating me." The raw footage flipped the narrative again. Suddenly, sympathy flooded back to Chrissy. Fans who had started doubting her rallied with hashtags like hashtag protect Chrissy and hashtag Chrissy1.gyms. Single quotes as supporters clapped back with claims the footage was staged. Mama Jones fanned the flames with yet another live rant. She crying for the cameras. She crying for sympathy. "But she ain't cry when she hurt my son." Her words cut like knives. But the chaos wasn't over. Just before midnight, another audio leak surfaced. A muffled recording of a heated argument between Jim and Mama Jones. Jim is heard shouting, "Stay out of it, Ma. You making it worse?" Mama Jones screams back, "I should have never let that woman in our house." The recording ended abruptly, leaving fans stunned. Was Jim turning against his own mother in the middle of this war? The internet was in flames. Chrissy silent. Jim furious? Mama Jones unhinged. Every celebrity blog had this story plastered front and center. And then, just as the world was adjusting to this chaos, a mysterious Twitter account named @Truths in Harlem posted a cryptic message. "If you thought Miami was bad, wait until you hear what happened in Atlanta. Receipts dropping tomorrow." Fans froze. What happened in Atlanta? Was it another betrayal, another woman, another deal? Nobody knew, but everyone was desperate to find out by the time dawn broke. The Twitter account @Truths in Harlem had already gone viral. Nobody knew who was behind it. Some swore it was a former VH1 producer. Others whispered it was someone inside Jim's own circle. What mattered was the promise, Atlanta receipts. And when the thread finally dropped, it shattered the internet. The first screenshot showed hotel records from a luxury suite in downtown Atlanta, booked under Jim Jones's legal name but co-signed by a woman, with the initials CL. Fans, immediately speculated it was Chrissy Lampkin herself until they realized the dates overlapped with the time Chrissy was publicly in New York attending an event. Who was CL? Within minutes, gossip blogs suggested a backup dancer Jim had allegedly been spotted with at a club. But that wasn't the real bombshell. The thread continued with grainy surveillance stills, allegedly from that same Atlanta hotel. The images were blurry, but one frame seemed to show Jim with his arm around a woman who definitely wasn't Chrissy. Fans zoomed, enhanced, debated endlessly. Some swore it was the same dancer. Others claimed it was someone else entirely. Either way, the damage was done. Jim's Miami scandal was now joined by an Atlanta betrayal. Mama Jones didn't hold back. She went live within hours of the thread, screaming into her phone, "I told y'all. I've been told y'all. That boy don't listen to me, and look what happens. Look what happens when you give your heart to the wrong woman." But then, in a stunning twist, she pivoted. She didn't blame Jim. She blamed Chrissy. If she had been holding her man down, he wouldn't have been wandering in Atlanta. That's her fault. The live stream split fans into warring factions, with Mama Jones herself fueling the fire. Meanwhile, Chrissy stayed silent until a mysterious 15-second clip began circulating on TikTok. In the clip, Chrissy can be heard on a phone call, her voice shaking, saying, "If he drags me, I'll drag him worse. I've been holding these for years." The clip ended there, but the implication was clear. Chrissy had her own arsenal of receipts, and she was ready to use them. The silence from Jim's side only made things worse. His social media accounts posted nothing. His close friends who usually defended him went quiet. That's when Erica Mena chimed in again, tweeting, "Funny how the loudest ones always go silent when the truth hits." The tweet went instantly viral, but nothing could prepare fans for the anonymous email that leaked next. Sent to multiple blogs, the email included what appeared to be a secret recording from a dinner in Atlanta. In the muffled audio, a man sounding eerily like Jim is heard saying, "Chrissy doesn't need to know. I'll make sure she gets her cut either way." Fans froze. Her cut? A cut of what? Theories flew faster than wildfire. Was Jim talking about money? A deal with VH1? Something darker? By nightfall, #HerCut was trending on Twitter, with thousands of fans dissecting what Jim could have meant. Some argued it proved financial betrayal. Others insisted it was a business arrangement Chrissy already knew about. But either way, the seed of doubt was planted, and it grew fast, and then came the breakdown. Chrissy finally reappeared on Instagram, but not with a calm statement. She posted a photo of herself, eyes swollen from crying, captioned simply, "Enough." No context. No hashtags. Just enough. Within minutes, celebrities flooded the comments. Tamar Braxton wrote, "Stand tall, sis." Candy Burrows added a heart emoji. Even Cardi B reposted the photo to her story, writing, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than words." Jim's fans rushed to defend him, saying Chrissy was being manipulative again, trying to sway sympathy. But the tide was shifting. The emotional weight of that single word, "enough," hit harder than Jim's angry rants or Mama Jones's fiery lives. Still, Jim wasn't going to stay quiet forever. 2 days later, he broke his silence with yet another Instagram Live. This time, he looked exhausted. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't smoking. He just stared into the camera and muttered, "Y'all think y'all know the truth, but y'all don't know nothing?" Chrissy's been playing the long game, and she's about to get exposed. Then, in a shocking twist, he claimed he had proof Chrissy had been meeting secretly with VH1 producers, plotting to spin him as the villain for years. To back it up, he flashed what looked like a PDF of a contract. Fans could only glimpse it before he pulled it away. But one line was clear: narrative control in exchange for executive producer credit. For real? It meant Chrissy wasn't just a cast member, she was allegedly negotiating control over how her story with Jim was told. The internet melted. Was Chrissy masterminding the entire saga? Or was Jim just grasping at straws to save himself? Mama Jones, of course, poured gasoline on the fire. She returned to Liv, saying, "I've been telling y'all, that woman's a snake. She don't love my son, she'll love the cameras. She loved the money. She loved the attention. And now the world is finally seeing it." Her tirade went on for nearly an hour, with fans cutting it into clips that went viral on TikTok. One clip in particular showed Mama Jones pounding her chest, tears streaming down her face as she screamed, "I raised a king and she trying to bury him alive." But the biggest bombshell came not from Jim, not from Chrissy, not even from Mama Jones, but from @Truths in Harlem again. The anonymous account posted a video allegedly from years ago showing Jim and Mama Jones arguing in a kitchen. In the video, Mama Jones can be heard shouting, "If you don't cut Chrissy off, you're gonna lose everything." Jim yells back, "You don't know what she got on me." That one line, "what she got on me," sent chills through the internet. What did Chrissy have? What leverage was so powerful Jim admitted it to his own mother? Blogs went wild. Fans speculated Chrissy had proof of criminal activity, infidelity, financial schemes, maybe even family secrets. Theories exploded, ranging from secret children to stolen money to hidden property. The suspense was unbearable. And just when the frenzy hit its boiling point, Chrissy broke her silence again. She didn't post a caption. She didn't record a live. She uploaded a single black screen with white text, "Receipts, tomorrow, 8 p.m. The internet froze. Was she finally going to expose Jim? Would she release proof of the Miami scandal? The Atlanta betrayal? The VH1 spin-off deal? Or something nobody had even considered yet? Celebrities started clearing their schedules. Fans prepped popcorn. Gossip blogs scheduled live streams to react in real time. The countdown was on and the tension was unbearable. And then, hours before Chrissy's scheduled reveal, another leak hit the internet, one that made even the wildest speculation look tame. A recording surfaced of Mama Jones on the phone saying if she drops those receipts, Jimmy's finished. We all finished. The audio ended there. Fans were left in total shock. What could Chrissy possibly have that would destroy not just Jim, but Mama Jones too? The stage was set. The world was counting down the hours. Chrissy was about to drop her receipts. And everyone knew the fallout would be catastrophic. At exactly 8 p.m., the internet stood still. Instagram live notifications flashed across millions of phones. Chrissy Lampkin was live. Within seconds, over 200,000 viewers poured in. The numbers climbing so fast the app nearly froze. Chrissy sat in a dimly lit room. No glam, no filters. Just raw intensity radiating from her face. "I stayed quiet long enough," she began, her voice calm but shaking. "But since Jimmy wants to throw stones, let me show you the glass house he lives in." She held up her phone, tapped the screen, and suddenly, the live filled with audio. The first recording was unmistakably Jim's voice. "If they find out about the Atlanta account, we done," he muttered. Gasps filled the comments. The audio continued, "Just keep it under her name, she'll never know." Chrissy looked directly into the camera. "That's my name he's talking about. He was hiding money, running it through me, and thinking I'd never catch on." The chat exploded. #Atlanta account trended instantly. Fans demanded explanations. Jim's defenders scrambled, insisting the audio was fake. But Chrissy wasn't finished. She played a second recording, this one more devastating. Jim's voice again. "Chrissy ain't gonna leave. She ain't got nobody but me. I own her." The cold arrogance in his tone sent chills down viewers' spines. Chrissy's eyes brimmed with tears. 20 years of loyalty, and this is how he spoke about me? But then came the nuke. Chrissy leaned forward, lowering her voice. "You want to talk about betrayal, Jimmy? Let's talk about Miami." She held up a series of screenshots. Text messages allegedly between Jim and a woman labeled Mimi. The messages dripped with intimacy, pet names, hotel details, promises of trips. One text from Jim read, "Don't worry about Chrissy. She'll never find out." The live chat detonated. Fans screamed, "Not Mimi." Others swore they remembered spotting Jim with a woman in Miami years back. Receipts had confirmed long-rumored whispers. But Chrissy wasn't done detonating. She pulled out a manila envelope and waved it on camera. "This is the one Mama Jones doesn't want you to see." She slid out papers, contracts, bank transfers, notarized documents. Jimmy and his mother opened credit lines in my name. When bills went unpaid, guess whose credit got destroyed? Mine. While they lived lavish, my future was ruined. The crowd in the comments turned savage. #JimExposed trended worldwide. Mama Jones's name surged too, as fans debated whether she was complicit or just trying to protect her son. Chrissy wiped her tears, her voice rising. "You wanted to embarrass me? You wanted to paint me as the snake?" Look, the celebrity reactions came fast. Tamar Braxton commented live. "I knew it." Cardi B posted, "This some Harlem Shakespeare drama." Remy Ma dropped a cryptic tweet. "Some PPL build empires, some PPL burn them down. Choose wisely." Within minutes, Jim went live on his own page. Shirtless, pacing, sweating. "Them receipts fake." He shouted. "She lying? She trying to make me look like a fraud when she the fraud." He waved around his own phone, promising to upload real receipts that would prove Chrissy doctored the evidence. But his rage only made him look guiltier. Mama Jones soon joined his live, screaming over him. "That woman ruined this family. She always been jealous, always been greedy." Jim tried to calm her, but she snapped, "Don't tell me to calm down. You the one who let her play you for 20 years? The chaos between mother and son streamed live, watched by nearly 1 million viewers. Clips spread instantly. Jim silencing his mother, Mama Jones cursing Chrissy's name, and fans torn between sympathy and disgust. Then, as if the night couldn't get darker, another anonymous leak hit Twitter. A video surfaced allegedly filmed in a recording studio years ago. It showed Jim drunk, ranting to friends. "If Chrissy ever leaves, I'll bury her. She won't survive without me." The chilling words sent shockwaves across the internet. Some fans tried to dismiss it as drunken trash talk. Others called it proof of emotional abuse. Hashtags #SurviveChrissy and #ProtectChrissy trended as women across social media shared their own stories of manipulation and control. Chrissy reposted the hashtag with a broken heart emoji. For many, that was the final straw. Public opinion shifted fully to her side. Jim, once seen as Harlem's prince, now looked like a man unraveling. But Mama Jones wasn't backing down. Hours later, she dropped her own video, swearing through tears that Chrissy had plotted from day one to ruin their family. In a shocking twist, she accused Chrissy of seeing another man while living with Jim. She wasn't loyal. She had her own side piece. Mama screamed, but she offered no receipts, just fury. Fans weren't buying it. Many accused Mama of deflection, desperate to shield her son. And then another twist nobody saw coming. At Truths in Harlem returned with one final bomb. A series of emails allegedly between Chrissy and VH1 executives. In one, Chrissy wrote, "If Jim doesn't cooperate, I'll bring everything public. Either way, I win." Fans froze. Was this the smoking gun Jim had been talking about? Had Chrissy orchestrated the downfall for her own power? The internet went into meltdown. Was Chrissy a victim or a mastermind? Was Jim the villain or a pawn? Even celebrities were confused. Tamar backpedaled, tweeting, "Y'all, this too messy. I can't call it." 50 Cent jumped in, mocking Jim with a meme, but also shading Chrissy for being too strategic. The chaos became unbearable when VH1 issued a statement denying involvement in leaks but confirming they were monitoring the situation closely. Rumors swirled that executives considered pulling footage from upcoming episodes because the drama had gone too real. By midnight, fans were exhausted but addicted. Chrissy ended her live with a final dagger. "This is just the beginning. If they keep pushing, I'll drop the video. And trust me, once the video drops, it's over for everybody." That one line sent shockwaves. A video. What video? Theories ranged from a hidden camera clip of Jim in Miami to footage of Mama Jones admitting her role, to something darker tied to money laundering rumors. Nobody knew, but everyone agreed. If Chrissy was holding a video, it could end not just Jim, but Mama Jones, the family. And maybe even the entire franchise. The cliffhanger was unbearable. Jim, raging. Chrissy, empowered. Mama Jones, unhinged. And a mysterious video looming over them all, threatening to annihilate reputations and rewrite history. If tonight proved anything, it's that this story is far from over. Chrissy just promised a video that could end careers. Mama Jones is threatening to unleash her own fury. And Jim is spiraling in real time. The receipts, the betrayals, the meltdowns. This is no longer just gossip. It's a cultural earthquake shaking Harlem, VH1, and the entire hip-hop world. And let me be crystal clear. If you're not locked in with us, you're going to miss the next detonation. You've already seen what happens when the leaks hit the internet freezes. The hashtags trend, the celebrities scramble to pick sides. But imagine what will happen if Chrissy really drops that video. Imagine the faces, the names, the secrets that could come tumbling down. That moment is coming, and you cannot afford to look away. So here's what you need to do right now. Smash that like button so this story spreads faster than the leaks themselves. Drop your comments. Whose side are you really on? Is Chrissy the hero or the mastermind? Is Jim a victim of editing or his own worst enemy? Should Mama Jones be exposed right along with them? We're reading every single theory, and trust me, your voice matters in this war. And most importantly, hit subscribe and turn on all notifications. Because the next bombshell could drop at any second, and when it does, you'll want to be the first to know. Miss it, and you'll be left behind in the dust. This isn't drama, it's survival. Don't just watch history burn. Be here when the flames hit their peak. Be here when the flames hit their peak.